And we're rolling.
Hey guys, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV Alternative Media Television. Excuse the voice, we just finished a major broadcast of which basically what we told you a couple of weeks ago pretty much just happened today. The fake peace deal with North Korea on the dividing line. Again, the intention was always for it to blow up so that they could feign that they attempted peace before the outbreak of war. And there's a couple different, confluent events that are going through my mind right now is, well, then what happens next? I was talking with Chad Booksam here. Okay, so what is the U.S. going to do? Well, they're obviously taking preparations for a military strike. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be an overt operation where it's like literal bombs are going off, or if they're going to covertly go in, like they went in with Libya, or they went in with Iraq, and then they take these guys out from the inside. Okay, this looks like a very likely possibility, and honestly, I'm worried about it. If I was Kim Jong-un, what I'd be doing right now, and I think he's already been doing this in recent days, is cozying up to the Chinese leadership and trying to protect their government. Right? You got to look at it through the eyes of Kim Jong-un. If if you give up your nukes, this is why I knew the deal was fake in the first place, because you'd never give up your nukes. The result was you ended up like Muammar Gaddafi. You were assassinated by U.S. intelligence, or you're hung like Saddam Hussein, which are just the facts. You're never going to give up your nukes. Even if you believe the United States is going to come and strike and hit your country, maybe wipe you off the map. So what do you do? Like, what would I do? What would you do? You're going to cozy up to China. You're going to strike a deal. And this is exactly what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So what I'm concerned about is, what are the negotiations taking place now and have already taken place? By the way, it wouldn't even surprise me if there had been a secret meeting with Donald Trump. That's a possibility too. Oh yeah, we never had a meeting. Bullshit. You're not told everything. Other ideas, and again, these are just thoughts striking my mind, is, what if suddenly Kim Jong-un passes away? That could be sold as something. Oh, natural causes. Was it? I mean, haven't they been trying to take this guy out for a long time? They've been trying to get to this guy. How is it that he just shows up holding hands with the South Korean president, going back and forth the dividing line? It's like the United States has been trying to hunt this guy down to take him out. So even that is a lie. In addition to that, I'm going to show you a report, another concerning report. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, how Arizona is preparing for a mass evacuation out of California, up to 400,000 people. I'm looking at Chad over here, and people are like, oh, that's hogwash, Chris. They've been telling us for 30, 50, whatever years that, the big one's going to strike California. Yeah, that's why they call them 100-year events. But here's another thing I was processing. What if it's not an earthquake they're preparing for? What if it's something else that hits California? And now I'm going to show you what the mainstream media is saying about it here locally, which honestly concerns me because we live out here and we take preparations and all this stuff all the time. And this is a report just came out from CBS Los Angeles. Arizona preparing for California earthquake evacuees. And people said that I made this stuff up a couple days ago too. No, I didn't. It's what the mainstream media is saying. Listen to what this chick has to say.
There's always talk about the possibility of a massive earthquake striking California. When that happens, victims could seek shelter in neighboring Arizona, putting a strain on their resources. So they too are preparing for the big one.
So many U.S. refugees who are fleeing south in the wake of the approaching storm.
The movie The Day After Tomorrow shows desperate Californians rushing the Mexican border to find shelter after fleeing the devastating effects of natural disasters.
Do you have a place to go after the disaster?
Ron Tallman is among the 400,000 Californians fleeing to Arizona in drills this week.
I just need last name.
In real life, Ron is a Red Cross volunteer. But today, he's taking part in an exercise to make sure Arizona is ready for a massive earthquake in California.
Okay, so here's what we need to think about. This is, of course, psychological warfare. So, is it an earthquake that they're preparing for, or is it something else? Now, if your government, by the way, this is just what I would do. I mean, any person smart would do this. You would sell the public that you're preparing for a mass evacuation because of an earthquake, even if it wasn't an actual earthquake. It was something else. This is what I'm concerned about, and I see Chad over here in the main studio, as I was discussing, is now is when you get that event. right? It's like the self-defense event that Trump needs. And that way he can sell the war. Look, we tried to negotiate peace. Even Kim Jong-un was trying to do this so he could sell it to the general public geopolitically. Oh, we tried to come to the negotiating table, but it didn't work out. Well, we've known always that the intention is to take out Kim Jong-un. That's the goal. So how does Trump do that without a major event? And so to me, it's very concerning / mysterious, obvious psychological warfare that here we're running literal drills here. I mean, we should probably go on site and honestly interview the mainstream media on this stuff. Like, why are they programming me, you, everybody tuning in? Yeah, prepare for the big one ahead. So maybe, you know, I've talked about this internally off camera. Maybe this is an evacuation of some other kind that they're running. These drills are run for a reason. Same reason they had the drill out in Hawaii with the threat of the intercontinental ballistic missile. That was just another test. I mean, all of this actually ties together. I don't know. Any thoughts?
No, just a few weeks ago, and this surprised a lot of residents. I believe it was in New Jersey, and you even brought up this article where they were doing military exercises, actual like military drills as an invasion. Okay, alarming. There's helicopters, there was bombs going off in residential areas in New Jersey. What are they preparing for? And I think North Korea feels really secure with the Russia, China, Iran, North Korea alliance. I mean, I really feel that they're cozying up to that alliance and that they might win. This is how they view it.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah, obviously. And again, Kim Jong-un, and this is, I talked about this 2 days ago. The worst nightmare of China is that there was a peace deal struck. That would make the whole Korean peninsula on the border of China another proxy of U.S. interests. How does that end? Always very badly for our enemies. So they're not going to allow that to happen. And, you know, I'll say it, war is really imminent. Let's ask John, too. He probably has not too many opinions on this, but John, do you find it interesting? I don't know if you ever heard me, but we're running real-life drills. You know, I'm just curious from your perspective, too. You might not have too much commentary on it, but, like, why are we being programmed psychologically that there's going to be a mass evacuation of 400,000 Californians out here to Arizona as a result of an earthquake, which will happen some point in the future? That's why they call them 100-year events. But maybe it's not an earthquake they're preparing for. I mean, any general thoughts? I mean, this is manipulation.
Well, they're setting it up. They're pre-programming in mind.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. So pre-programming all of us.
Yeah. Tell you something first so that when it happens, you already have that in your head.
Yeah. And why would you want to prep and get ready? You want to get ready for what you know is coming. So something's going on. I'll just tell you this. It's trickled down to the state level. And it should raise an eyebrow. So get this video out. Share it everywhere. Make sure you watch our live stream that we put out today. I was pretty angry in it because honestly, I mean, this stuff's pretty scary. What?
No, just because what happened with Morgan Freeman and this breaking, Weinstein's going to surrender today.
That's awesome. I love that.
So,
well, great. Yeah, the swamp is draining. So anyways, guys, just take preparations. I mean, honestly, be smart. I don't know what else to tell you. We are running a food storage promo. On 60 Day, it's 25% off. Actually, 26%. And I'm going to sell out today because people always wait last minute. I'm just telling you, don't wait last minute. Trust me, if and when the mass evacuation comes, I'm already ready. Okay? And it's not like I'm perfect or anything, but I take solace in knowing that I've actually prepped ahead of time. You should do the same. Get it out, click the link below, and I'll talk to you soon.